What's up, gang? All right, welcome to the barn. This is the new workshop. I've been based out of here for about the last 2 months now, since I moved out of my old place. And the car itself hasn't spent too much time here in that time because we were doing dyno day, then we were putting the motor back in to race, and then the racing didn't go so good, and then I banged it up at practice, and then we had to get it fixed up, ready to race like 2 nights later. But the car's here for good now. And the shop tour won't take too long because it's not much to write home about, but I am pretty proud of how it's looking at the moment compared to how it looked before. So I'm just going to show you around a little bit, show you how it used to look and what I've done just to kind of tidy it up a little bit, and yeah, just kind of show you around a bit. Okay, so a quick backstory about how we actually came to be in the barn. A few months back, I sent out one of my email blasts to the Diamond Dogs just with general updates and goings on. And at the end of it, I mentioned that I needed to look for a new place to live and ultimately a new place for the sprint car to live. So I just mentioned if anyone had any leads on available warehouse space, or if someone had a shed somewhere, something like that, any leads would be much appreciated. My buddy Aaron, who I've known for over a decade now, he reached out and he said, hey, look, we've just moved into this new property and there is some shed space available, so give me some time to clear up some and you can have some space in one of them. So after a little while, I moved out. It was time to move the stuff in here, and Aaron cleaned some room out for me, and here we are now. So what I'm going to do about now is chuck in some photos and videos of what the space kind of used to look like before I tidied it up over the last week or so. I love coming here now. It's all the space that I've created around the side of the car and up the back with all the shelving. Like, I love coming here now, even more than I did before. And it's a bit of a shame that we have this big break coming up until February because I don't need to be here as much. And that's not to say there's not stuff to do on the car. It's just I just don't need to be here as much as what I have been recently. But yeah, look, I said before the shop tour is not going to take too long. It's a small space, but I'm still going to show you around anyway. Alrighty, gang, just walking into the barn. I'm still using the ute tray as a workbench until I actually get one of those. This is the area that I'm going to be working on today, clearing this out. So when Aaron comes back from his swing, he's got a nice clean area here to put his new big digger machine. That's my pile of rubbish right there. That's all been accumulated over the last week or so, boxes, piles of dirt and leaves and sand. Thankfully, I've actually bought some garbage bags with me today, so I'll be able to get rid of those. These were a wedding decoration from a few weeks back. I saw them in their actual setting in a photo, and this setting doesn't do it justice. They actually looked pretty cool. These were the benches that used to be down the sides of the car, and then they eventually got moved to the back there, and then in no time at all, they got replaced with the shelving that's back there now. I can't wait to show you that. This was a close call. Luckily, I carried this one with the flat side up against my body, because when I stood this thing up, there was a giant freaking redback spider right there in the middle, probably where my hand would have been. So narrowly dodged a trip to the hospital there. I do have an engine stand and engine crane. The crane was given to me by an old buddy of mine, Heath, that I used to play hockey with. It props up, but it doesn't release down. I don't know if I'll be able to fix that, but maybe Aaron will have a go at it. We'll soon find out. Small stash of used tires. Actually, no, these two Hoosiers are brand new. They came from OTA Logistics, so massive shout out to them for chucking them our way. And the rest of these tires, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, all came from Taylor Milling and the Totally Workwear 25 team, so massive shout out to them. That right rear tire and rim, and the left rear rim that's on the car currently, on the right side of the car, came from Jake Pobjoy and DIY Equipment Hire. Massive shout out to him. I didn't want to go to Bunbury without any spare rims, because I don't really have any in my spares, and so he sent me away with them to Bunbury, and then unfortunately the car broke down on the way, so we didn't even get to race. That was unfortunate, but yeah, just all this space down the side of the car here, it just feels like we've got a freaking football field around the car now. It's just unreal to have. Yeah, the seat gets a lot of work, but yeah, obviously the car is the centerpiece. You know, it's not the best or most exciting car you'll ever see, but it is mine, and I freaking love it. So, and yeah, it just kind of never gets old looking at it, to be honest. It just doesn't matter how many times I come in here, or how many times I just kind of walk past it. I always kind of take a second to appreciate it. And actually, speaking of appreciating, let's take a second to thank all my sponsors, Park and Print, Mend, Ad Life, and these are a trifecta of new sponsors that we picked up last week. So Perth Isotropic Super Finishing, DIY equipment hire and ABP freighters all came within a few days of each other, all trying to get us there to Bunbury. And well, they gave me everything I needed to get there, and unfortunately the car gave up on the way. So it was unfortunate, but I'll square that up with them. So our next show, so All Fire Garage, my absolute saviors, and underneath the wing tray here, OTA Logistics. So shout out to all my sponsors. So yeah, so still got the Ryobi lights for now. Aaron is going to be chucking up some ceiling lights. He's actually already got us one just on a lead here, which is very helpful because the Ryobis do the job, but having to always recharge batteries and kind of move them to where I need them. Obviously, having some overhead lighting is going to be super helpful. High pressure washer, wheel wrench. There's the ramps to get the quad on and off the back of the ute. And my new favorite thing, the shelving. I freaking love the shelving. Hasn't really been organized properly yet, but it's at least been laid out where things are accessible. It opens up the whole room. I love looking at this now. This is my favorite thing. I get really weirdly attached to small things. You know when you're a kid and you get really attached to like a toy or something, you want to take it everywhere and show everyone? I'm still very much like that in my adult life, obviously with this thing, but like I even find myself getting attached to like little things within the operation. So the shelving, I wish I could show everybody this because this is my favorite thing. Actually, as long as I'm on that topic, I weirdly love my AN wrenches. I love these things. I don't know what my attachment is to dash wrenches, but I freaking love those things. And I love ratchet straps. Don't know what it's about like ratchet straps. Love ratchet straps. Yeah, so I got a banged up wing board here and the nose cone from Chris Coyle's car and the Merger Motorsport team. That I took the banged up wing home from Bunbury. I actually still have the centerpiece outside that is free to anyone who wants it. So feel free to come pick it up. Yeah, so these are all the old fuel lines from the car, and they are also the fuel lines that the Keens gave us, so I'm just going to hang on to them as backups. Actually, I don't really know why I'm walking you through there's nothing really much to see here. You know what, here's another opportunity to shout out one of my sponsors. OTA Logistics set us up with all these shocks. I don't know what the numbers mean on any of them just yet, because apparently they're also marked with like an older kind of measuring system for compression and rebound. So I need to go and get them dyno tested so they can get their actual numbers. But each one of those is going to cost about $20 to have dynoed. So that's not really something that I can kind of just throw away too willy-nilly right now. Managed to somehow keep all of my sockets. 2 years I've had this little red toolbox and they're all still there. I'm missing that actual socket wrench though. Missing a screwdriver as well, I think. And this is the miscellaneous drawer of fun times. Oh, what's this? I bet that belongs to All Fire Garage. Sorry, Cameron. I will bring that back to you. Bead breaker. Oh, here we go. Oh, stagger tapes. Love stagger tapes. I don't know, for some reason I had none of them like a month ago and now I somehow have 4. And yeah, I don't know why, gang. I'm just walking you through this shelving like it's actually interesting, but I just can't get over how how much better it looks, how good it looks now, just how much easier accessible everything is. These are leftover fuel lines from what the Williamsons gave me. Again, we're just holding on to them as spares because like they're in perfect condition. The fittings are incredible, so we can possibly reuse the fittings too if we needed to. A couple of spare coil leads there. That's the helmet that everyone uses when they jump on the quad for me. And just to wrap it up, these are my fuel churns right here, these 4 kind of clear white ones. These 5 here were loaned to me by Jake Pobjoy at DIY Equipment Hire. They're all full, and they were supposed to be our fuel for Bunbury, but again, we didn't end up making it because the car broke down. But yeah, and that's also his left rear tire, left tire, left side rim, left rear rim that's on the right side of the car right now. It just makes it easy to push when it's all leveled out. So yeah, so this is what I'm going to be working on today, moving all this stuff, at least kind of organizing it a little bit better, clearing out some space and just tidying it up and sweep the floor. And yeah, that'll be about it for the day. It's quite warm today. Rocco is in the contained area at the back of the house there with Lando, Alanti and Aaron's dog. They're getting along quite nicely, so that's always nice. So yeah, gang, that's about it for the shop tour. But I mean, it ain't much, but I freaking love this space, so I'm pretty stoked to share it with you. All right, again, last thing I'd like to do before I sign off is just thank the Diamond Dogs as well. All these names on the side of the car here, they're all just regular folks who have chucked in a little bit of money to keep me going over the last couple of years. And I say it just about every video, but they've literally saved this operation on multiple occasions. So if your name is on the car and or at the end of this video, I owe you big time. So thank you very much for your help. All right, again, going to start signing off and get to work on tidying this place up a little bit more. If you want more frequent updates, check out Rain Lease and Motorsport on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Way more active on Instagram and Facebook than anywhere else. If you want more frequent updates, that's the place to be. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do so. We had a pretty good viewing month last month, so hopefully we'll try and keep that going. Content's going to be hard to come across with no races coming up until February, but I'll give it a red hot go. And if you'd like to come on board as a sponsor, we'd love to hear from you. If you'd like a sponsorship proposal, please contact me via any of the social media platforms or email me, rainleaseandmotorsport@gmail.com. Thanks for checking it out. Appreciate it. Till next time, bye for now.